I'm not even talking about my own stuff, but rather advertising OntoMaton, which was developed in Oxford by the team around Philip Roccassera. And basically, OntoMaton is the same. It's ontologies for Google Spreadsheets, developed by Team ISA. There is a GitHub repository for it. And that was my suggestion. It will query the OLS REST service. I'm not entirely sure which version it queries. It queries BioPortal and linked open vocabularies. Not yet the terminology service in Hanover, but maybe we can fix that at a later stage during the mentioned hackathon. There was an original publication around it, and I have also linked a demo spreadsheet. And if I'm quick enough, we can jump in and I can dare to give an online demo. Otherwise, it is very much like what we have seen. This happens to look like an ISA spreadsheet that we have here. And there's something in where you use Sci5 for labeling particular biomolecules. And you can see that the Sci5 die could come, for example, from the Cabby ontology. And then you would just hit insert that term, and the term goes into the spreadsheet. And it can go in either as a hyperlink, as you see here, which has the link and the label, the displayed label, or you can also reconfigure that so it goes side by side with the label here and then the link there. And you can also configure restrictions. And you could say, for example, that let's say we are in the plant ontology world and you want to have a plant tissue type, then you can restrict the search to a particular part of the ontology. So it gives you less search results, because that has been one of the stumbling blocks for normal users. If you make a random search in the ontology lookup services, then they blast you with results and you have no idea where to go for your preferred labels. And that can be configured here as well. So that is done by restrictions, which go into a separate sheet to configure what search is done where. And basically you configure what column, what ontology, what branch, and maybe also even which lookup service is done. There's also a separate term sheet that will collect all the terms that you have used elsewhere in the spreadsheet. So this is then your inventory of used ontology terms. And the take-home message is that OntoMaton exists. It is similar to Suede. That's why I called it Ontologies4Spreadsheets. And there are current issues. The maintainership is a little bit semi-active. So if there is a user community using that, they can contribute to do things, for example, adding in new terminology services. And I happen to have stumbled on a German-English issue, and there is a pull request open. That is how we community can do the, let's say, drive-by maintenance of it. And that was all I wanted to show. And if you wanted, then I would have the example here where we can look at the settings, which would allow to, for example, do the restrictions here, where after loading all the ontologies, we can search the OLS and we can put it in a particular column, and we use the plant ontology. And just to show the lookup of things, that looks also fairly normal. I'm actually using a bad search term here. So electron impact is an ionization technology, and that is a comment going to the terminology service people. Please make sure that if you if users do a query, then having an end query is super important, because at the moment I get everything with electrons, and the MS ontology somewhere down here has impact, which happens to be a particular mass spectrometry instrument from Bruker. So this is rather useless. That's where we need the lookup services to improve. Okay, so that's it with the online demo. That's with the flash talk. Any questions?